Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Sunday, November 20th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Houston Rockets vs Golden State Warriors. The Houston Rockets were not expected to compete for anything this season as they are undergoing a rebuild, but they are off to an awful start to the season. They come into this matchup with the Warriors at 3-13, last in the Western Conference. They managed to beat the Dallas Mavericks Wednesday without Luka Doncic, but followed that up with a stinker at home against the Indiana Pacers. They led by as many as 20 points early before allowing the Pacers to chip away and ultimately win by 7 points. They failed to reach 100 points and look out of sorts on both sides of the floor. Golden State has yet to win a road game this season, but that will change at the Toyota Center Sunday. Take the Warriors to win and cover. Golden State leads the NBA in pace through the first month of play. They have been excellent, as usual, on the offensive side of the ball. But it has been their issues on the defensive end that have plagued them to a 7-9 record this year. They come into this matchup 24th in defensive rating, while allowing opposing teams to score over 118 points per game, 29th in the league. They will almost certainly fix their defensive issues considering the level of championship fervor they possess, but they do not look good to open this year. This will be a high-scoring affair with the Warriors dominating for much of the night. Take the over 232.5. Cleveland Cavaliers vs Miami Heat. Miami has essentially been alternating between small winning streaks and small losing streaks throughout the season. The Heat have lost 2 straight games on 4 occasions, including earlier this week in their road losses to Toronto and Washington. They have also won 2 straight games on 3 occasions, so they find themselves 2 games under the .500 mark heading into this game. Miami was a 7.5-point underdog in its trip to Washington, as it was severely undermanned. The Heat were down to 7 healthy players and were forced to dress an injured Gabe Vincent just to meet the NBA requirement that 8 players have to be in uniform. Cleveland got off to a fantastic start to the season, losing its opener before rattling off an 8-game winning streak. The Cavaliers have come back to earth since then, losing 5 in a row before finally snapping that skid with their double overtime win over Charlotte on Friday. Their 5 losses came against the Clippers, Kings, Warriors, Timberwolves and Bucks, with 4 of those setbacks coming away from home. Guard Darius Garland poured in 41 points, while Donovan Mitchell added 34 in the win over the Hornets. They blew a 10-point lead in the final minute of regulation before recovering in the overtime periods. All-star center Jarrett Allen had missed 2 games with an unspecified illness, but he returned to action on Friday. Allen scored 20 points, grabbed 12 rebounds and blocked 4 shots. Evan Mobley added an interior presence, scoring 21 points and grabbing a career-high 18 boards. Mitchell leads the way with 31.2 points, 5.8 assists and 4.5 rebounds. Garland is adding 23.6 points and 7.8 dimes. Cleveland has been one of the top offensive teams in the NBA, ranked 8th with 115.9 points per game. It is facing a Miami defense that is number 9, allowing 109.9 points. Miami is unbackable right now due to all of its injury issues. The Heat were able to put up a nice fight on Friday night, but their lack of depth is going to be an even bigger problem in this game. Cleveland has almost an entirely healthy roster and is motivated to start a new winning streak following its double overtime win. The Cavaliers have been excellent within the Eastern Conference, winning 8 of their last 9 games. This would be a solid matchup if both teams were healthy, but Cleveland has the advantage given Miami's injury situation. Take the Cleveland. Cleveland is 27th in pace and Miami is 25th. This should be a slower tempo game. The Cavs have struggled recently defensively against some better offensive teams, with Allen dealing with a non-COVID illness, but he should be back for this game, and Miami has been inconsistent offensively all year. Jimmy Butler has always been very good in the playoffs, but Butler is inconsistent during the regular season. The Heat don't have a player averaging more than 21 points per game. Lowry has also struggled this season, and the Heat are still trying to figure out some new lineup rotations, with Harrow starting this year instead of coming off the bench as was his role last year. Cleveland is also still trying to adjust defensively to Garland being back, since he and Mitchell haven't played much together yet. Take the under 213.5 points. Brooklyn Nets vs Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have not been a reliable team to back when playing on the road. They have only won 2 out of their last 6 road games and did not cover the spread once in that 6-game span. The Nets are starting to find a groove, winning 6 out of their last 10 games. Furthermore, the Nets are expected to have Kyrie Irving back. The star has not played since November 1st due to the suspension. Durant is producing, and the addition of Irving back in the lineup will boost the Nets' offense in a big way. Defensively, the Nets are the better team. They are conceding only 108.6 points per 100 possessions, compared to 110 from the Grizzlies. Take the Brooklyn Nets -6 points. Ja Morant finished with 19 points and 11 dimes, but exited early with an ankle injury in Memphis's 121-110 home win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Morant tweaked his ankle, and he will be re-evaluated before this game against the Nets. Considering it is a short turnaround, expect them to be cautious with Morant here. The Grizzlies have played well to open the year, entering this matchup with a 10-6 record. Unfortunately, they will need to fill a major scoring void for the next 2 weeks after Desmond Bane sustained a grade 2 sprain of his right big toe last Friday against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The third-year pro is expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks. The Nets and Grizzlies rank in the middle of the pack in pace through the opening month of the season. Kyrie Irving has missed a significant amount of time for Brooklyn, but he is on the verge of returning. He is questionable to suit up. Ja Morant and Desmond Bane have also missed time for the Grizzlies, which lends credence to why their pace has been slowed down. Bane will be out for at least the next 2 weeks with a toe injury, and Morant tweaked his ankle late in Memphis's game against the Thunder. With that said, this will be a back-and-forth game, with Kevin Durant dropping his typical 30+ and the Nets failing to get many stops defensively. Both teams are outside the top 15 in defensive rating, and both have been working on their defensive rotations, which have not been sharp this year. Take the over 222 points here.